Hello everybody, my name is Ultima1125. Welcome back to My Roommate is My Nemesis. This is going to be episode 2 of my part. I do apologize of the long wait. Did promise I was going to try to post this up every 2 weeks, but life hit me hard, so yeah, so if you guys haven't watched the first part, go ahead and watch the first part before you get watch this part, because like I said, this is gonna be the second part from the first part. And if you guys do enjoy these videos, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and we'll get on with the story. We're gonna start with the previews. Well, not previews, last time. So last time on My Roommate is My Nemesis episode 1, Light and Reaper were both at the scene at the bank. Reaper killed the man who was causing the chaos in the first place with the hostage situation with all the policemen surrounding him. And before Light could even give chase to him after he disappeared into the crowd, Reaper made sure that Light was not able to chase him, causing an explosion in the bank. But Light was managed to save everybody inside the bank from the explosion, sliding across the ground and hitting into a police office. So, from there, let's go on. Able to hear the two hyperventilating, Light keeps himself awake and pushes himself back up, feeling his body aching. "You okay?" the negotiator asks, rushing over. Light looks over to the building, seeing the flames burning where it once was, feeling defeated with himself. "Where did he go?" he hears one of the cops shouting. "He shouldn't have gone that far." Another shouts out. "Someone call the fire department and the ambulance. We have some injured people over here." Another calls out. Holding onto his arm while feeling his back burning in pain from sliding across the ground, Light leans over to a car to rest. "Is everyone okay?" Light asks, looking around, seeing the damage from the explosion. "Not much, but some are being taken to the hospital right now. Thankfully, none of their lives are in any danger," the negotiator says. "I see," Light says, looking over to him. "Thank you." The negotiator nods his head with a smile as a fire truck siren echoes from the distance. As the firefighters quickly puts the fire out and the police officer helping clearing the roads up for the people to be able to walk through for the future. Seeing everything getting cleaned up, Light tries to head out but found himself surrounded by the media. The media swarming him with questions about his actions. Light tries to squeeze himself past them, trying to get away. One of the angers reaches out, about to grab where his injury is. Just before he grabbed onto him, the negotiator rushes in and stops the media from chasing him, giving Light space to escape. Taking the chance, Light rushes out of the area to quickly hide inside an alleyway. Looking up, Light jumps up, reaching for the fire escape ladder. Grabbing hold onto the ladder, he feels the injury on his back burning, and his arm suddenly going numb, making him drop back down to the ground. Landing, Light feels his leg also going numb and falls to his knees as he tries to get the feeling in his arms and legs back. Seeing his arms and legs responding to how he wants but couldn't really feel them, he stands back up, feeling his blood soaking into his hoodie. "I can't let this stop me." Light shakes his head, only to feel drowsy from it. Regaining his balance, Light jumps up to the ladder, trying his best to ignore the pain burning in his back, and pulls himself up. Feeling awkward from climbing up the stairs to the roof, Light finds some police officers standing next to a body on the ground by the ledge. "Oh, Light! You just about to leave?" one of the officers asks, seeing Light. Light joins the two at the ledge, seeing the man on the ground with a sniper rifle laid next to him. "If you're wondering about this guy, he's one of the sniper that were stationed in the area," the officer says, noticing Light's attention on the body. "And if he's lying here like this, does that mean?" Light says, peeking over to the two officers, showing sour looks across their face. "All the snipers were taken out. We don't know by who or when, but we can assume that they were taken down the moment Reaper shot the suspect that you were talking with earlier," the officer says. "So, he shot that gun to hide his allies who were also with him," Light clenches his fists, his frustration slowly leaking into the air. One of the officers starts tracing around the body and the object while the others start taking pictures, ignoring Light's frustration in the air. What is he after? What is he planning? Light ponders to himself. After a while, one of the officers taps on Light's shoulder, feeling a bit of shock as he looks over. You should get that injury treated as soon as possible, the officer points out, seeing his blood soaking around his shoulder. I'll have it looked at after I found out where Reaper ran off with the woman, Light replies, turning around. You sure you wanna keep going? If you don't get that treated, it'll come back to bite you in the ass, the officer says, wanting to stop Light. Light's electricity sparks around him as he feels his body getting lighter again, but feels immense pains as he focuses at the ledge. Thank you for everything you are doing. Please keep up the good work, Light says, running over to the ledge. The two officers watch as Light jumps off the roof, keeping his focus on the next roof over. Landing onto the roof, Light's body begins shocking him with pain as he feels every pebble on the roof feeling like nails stabbing into his body. Refusing to stop, Light continues his momentum, heading straight over to the next roof. Remembering the sound he heard through the phone call with Reaper, Light thinks of all possible objects in the area that could produce the same sound. A hollow metallic sound. That's a lot of possible things, but it's the only thing I can go off with. Light stops, looking over the alleyway, seeing the dumpster sitting across the wall. Running around the neighborhood, checking any area that have something that fits the sound Light heard from the phone, he finds some ongoing crime scenes along the way. Quickly taking care of the crime scene, Light hears another going on further ahead. Not wanting to ignore it, Light rushes towards each place that he either sees or hears and resolves the problem as quickly as he can, while keeping an eye out for any signs of Reaper or the woman. The sun slowly sets over the horizon, and Light stops on top of a roof, seeing the area getting harder to see. Feeling something burning around his body, followed with uncontrollable twitching, Light stands over the ledge, beginning to think by himself. I should continue searching, Light ponders, seeing the night sky taking over. I've searched in harder places in the dark too, so this shouldn't be difficult for me. Light getting ready to run over to the next roof, Light hears his phone ringing in his pocket. Stopping in his track, Light takes out his phone and sees a new message received from a person named Rick on the screen. Hey, can you come over to the bar? I need a hand cleaning up thanks to a customer drinking too much, the text reads out. Sorry, I have something I need to do, Light types into a reply. Just before Light could finish his message, his hand loses strength and drops his phone to the ground. Trying to pick his phone up, he feels his entire body not working the way he wanted, dropping to the ground. Holding onto something near him, Light slowly lifts himself back up and manages to hold onto his phone, seeing another message received from Rick. I know you still want to continue your hero work, but from what I heard from the customers all day, you could use the rest of the day off, the text reads out. Managing to stand on his feet, Light activates his electricity, immediately feeling pain throughout his body. Feeling his muscles like he was cooking on a frying pan, Light stops his electricity in his body, while taking a couple of breaths. Worried about his body giving out again, Light sighs and deletes his message, typing in another in its place. Alright, I'm on my way, Light types in and sends it through. Coming down from the roof, Light quietly heads down to the street, focusing all his strength in his legs, hoping to not collapse along the way. Taking a route with the least populated area, hoping not too many people would see him passing by, Light makes it to a bar with a neon sign reading The Beginning. Sneaking around to the back of the building, Light sees a man leaning next to the back door. Getting closer, Light sees the man wearing a clean uniform like a suit and an apron around his waist. Next to him was a med kit and a new shirt, along with a backpack. You look like what a cat would be dragging in, Noel, the man says. I don't know what you're talking about, Rick, Light replies, trying to act natural. Light takes the hoodie down and takes off his blonde hair, revealing a deep black hair hidden underneath. Scratching his head from the itch the wig was giving him, Light tosses the wig over to Rick, seeing the bottom of the wig covered in a rubber-like material. "You need help getting out of your costume?" Rick asks, putting the wig inside the backpack. Light struggling to lift his arm high enough to take the hoodie off, he stares over to Rick, seeing him shake his head in disappointment. "You always put yourself in this kind of situation, Noel," Rick says, helping Light take both his hoodie and shirt off. "I don't know why you're so upset about it. I've been doing this for a whole year and you've seen me come back worse before," Light says. Rick helps guide Light over to a seat set near the medkit, sitting Light down and opens it up. "That's the thing. You've been doing this for a whole year and you still can't stop taking unnecessary damage to yourself," Rick says, applying antibacterial on Light's injury. Light, biting into his lip from the pain, sat still, focusing as much as he could to not let his electricity surge out. "You can't even move your body without wanting to scream in pain," Rick says, seeing parts around Light's injury burned. "Even if I could avoid hurting myself, if it's to save others, then I say it's worth taking a shot for them," Light says proudly. Rick putting pressure into Light's injury, he sees him groaning in pain while trying to act like it isn't hurting him at all. Rick sighs and wraps a bandage around his injury, cleaning everything up. "Even if you say it's worth it, if you die, then who's going to continue protecting the city or the world from Reaper?" Light goes silent as Rick tosses the new shirt over his head while packing the ripped hoodie and t-shirt into the backpack. Light takes the mask off and hands it over to Rick as he ponders to himself of all his mistakes at the bank with Reaper. Rick slaps the back of Light's head, bringing him back to reality. "Come on inside and take a couple of shots before you head home for tonight." Light follows Rick inside, walking around the wall from the back door, seeing a counter around the corner with a shelf filled with different kind of alcohol, each labeled with different languages behind it. Entering in, Light sees a couple of tables around the lobby and chairs placed around them as Rick stands behind the counter watching Light sits down in front of him. "What happened to cleaning?" Light asks. Rick fills a shot, sliding it over to Light as he gets out another shot for himself. "I thought you sent me that text because you were closing," Light says, seeing the place empty while drinking the shot. "I already finished. I just sent that text to stop you from breaking your body again," Rick says, pouring himself his shot. Light sags out after taking the shot, unable to stop thinking about the woman from the bank. "I know when I'm at my limit. You don't need to constantly remind me," Light says. "Says the one who came here with a road burn on his back," Rick says, feeling Light's shot. Frustrated, Light drinks his shot as he still is unable to get his mind off the event at the bank. "It's frustrating," Light says. "What is?" Rick asks, feeling he already knows the answer. "It's Reaper," Light says. Rick pours Light another shot as he hears Light's groaning slowly grow into frustration. "I guess it's frustrating for you, but for me, Reaper is an interesting one for sure," Rick says. "Interesting? What's so interesting about him? He's a horrible person who only cares about taking control of others and will kill them with no hesitation if they resist," Light calls out, drinking another shot. "And that's what's interesting about him," Rick says. Rick pours him another shot, seeing him quickly drinking it while Light slowly loses himself to the alcohol. "I mean, from what I heard from all my customers, he has enough influence that he could just control the entire world. And yet, he's done nothing towards that at all," Rick says. Rick ponders to himself, trying to figure out Reaper's motives, while Light drinks another shot. "We should feel lucky that he hasn't tried to take over the world yet," Light says. "I guess," Rick replies. After the small chat, Light started to feel insignificant towards himself as he signals Rick to pour himself another shot as he pampers over the counter. "Every single time he shows up, someone dies. And it seriously feels like he's making fun of me under that helmet. Why can't I do anything whenever he shows up?" Light mumbles to himself. Noel stares at his reflection from the glass, seeing his depressed face reflecting back. Rick stares at Light as he pouts to himself while enjoying the taste of the alcohols he's been given. Light sighs as he remembers another event occurring before he showed up at the bank. And I still have another problem to deal with, Light mutters. What do you mean? Rick asks. Light tries to look at Rick as he sees his vision starting to warp. You remember my roommate that I've been living with for a long time, right? Light asks. Yeah? Rick replies. Well, he recently got a letter of approval from the college he's been aiming for, Light says. Rick looking surprised, he rests over the counter waiting for Light to continue his story, feeling there's a catch. But college he wanted to get into is overseas, so he's getting ready to head out early in the morning. Light finishes drinking a shot. That's great for him, Rick says. It is, and I'm really happy for him. But Light starts murmuring again, seeing Rick filling up his shot glass. Now, without a roommate for the apartment, the landlord suggests that I either find another roommate or search for a single-room apartment. Rick, hearing Light's news, he remembers reading something earlier, quickly taking out his phone. Well, that's going to be tough to find a new place, Rick says. Rick searches through his phone, finding what he remembers and showing it to Light. People notices the drastic increase of homeless people around the area due to the decrease of apartments and homes. Investigation is currently in progress, but still no word from the government. Rick reads out the news to Light. Seriously? Light says. Yeah, it's weird, but I can't guess what they are trying to do, Rick says, thinking about it. It could be related to Reaper. But it could be related to Reaper, yes, but I highly doubt that, Light says. Rick seeing Light drunk on his counter with a pouting face as he could tell he was trying to figure out what he should be doing from now on with all this information. Changing the subject, I'm surprised that you were able to hide your hero work from your roommate for a whole year, Rick says, cleaning his cup. Light looks up. I'm surprised too. There were so many incidents where I thought my cover was blown, but thankfully I made it through. They feel silent, hearing Rick cleaning his cup as Light relaxes over the counter. Rick looks over, about to pour another shot for Light, noticing someone over by the door entering in. Can't anyone save me from my problems? Light says, drinking a shot. As Light takes a shot, he feels his mind going blank, only able to see someone sitting next to him, wearing what appeared to him as a suit. And we are gonna end this part here. I thank you guys all for listening or watching this video all the way to the end. If you guys do enjoy this, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button if you guys all enjoy this, so because you guys do that will actually motivate me and will actually keep me going, wanting to keep making all these stories and give me the confidence I need to do this. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'm sorry that this video took a really long time for me to upload. I'm not gonna go into the great details, and there's nothing wrong with my life right now. I just had a lot of mixed things going on right now, so I had to deal with all that and got distracted. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to consistently be able to upload each episode every 2 weeks. I will try my best to uphold that, but I will continue working on the story and creating each episode. So with that, I will give you the preview of the next episode. So next episode, we aren't going to be continuing on with the day. We are actually going to go back in time and go back to during the event of the bank. And instead of rewatching Light, we are actually going to be seeing Reaper's point of view of the aftermath of the bank. What was he doing? What does he have planned? What does he have in plan? All that whatnot. So, if you guys all look forward to that, then look forward to it. But until then, I'll see you guys all when I see ya. Thank you guys for watching. As the fire truck puts the through the so he shot that gun to hide his allies who were type of object that could make the that's a lot of possibilities, but it's the only thing I could a hollow metallic sound. That's a lot of possibilities. Not wanting to ignore it, Light rushes towards each place and worried about his body giving out again. Light Light replies, trying to act natural. Trying too natural? Reply is trying new too natural. God, my English is bad. Then who's going to continue protecting the city or the world from Freeper? From Freeper? Freeper! Oh my god! God damn it. As Rick stands behind the corner,